The Daughters of Isis is a historically significant organization that serves as the women's auxiliary of the ancient Egyptian Arabic order nobles' mystic shrine, better known as the Prince Hall Shriners. Founded in the early 20th century, it has evolved to become a vital force for African American women, dedicated to advancing education, civil rights, health, and social justice. Through decades of commitment to community service and leadership, the Daughters of Isis has empowered generations of Black women, fostering solidarity and creating a platform for female activism within the context of Prince Hall Freemasonry. The Daughters of Isis was founded in 1910 as a response to the desire of African American women to support the charitable, social, and fraternal efforts of their male counterparts, the Prince Hall Shriners. The Shriners, a division of the larger Prince Hall Freemasonry, were already an influential part of the African American fraternal landscape, but the participation of women in these efforts was limited. At a time when African Americans faced systemic discrimination and segregation, fraternal organizations provided essential spaces for Black men and women to engage in social activism, community building, and mutual aid. The Daughters of Isis emerged from this tradition, seeking to mirror the men's fraternal model while addressing the unique challenges and needs of African American women. Its founding members envisioned an organization that would allow women to have their own distinct voice while complementing the work of Prince Hall Masons. Prince Hall Freemasonry, named after its founder Prince Hall, 1735 to 1807, is one of the oldest and most influential African American fraternal organizations in the United States. Hall, an abolitionist and civil rights advocate, founded the first African American Masonic Lodge in 1784, and his legacy continued to inspire generations of Black men and women to join Masonic groups. The Prince Hall Masons, including their Shriner division, have a long history of promoting African American rights, advocating for education, and participating in civic causes. The Daughters of Isis, closely aligned with these goals, functioned as the women's branch within the Prince Hall Shriner structure, providing an avenue for women to engage in these efforts. The organization was particularly attractive to women seeking leadership opportunities and community engagement within the framework of Freemasonry. The Daughters of Isis is named after the Egyptian goddess Isis, one of the most revered figures in ancient mythology. Isis is known as the goddess of healing, protection, motherhood, and magic, embodying qualities of care, wisdom, and resilience. For African American women, the choice of Isis as a symbol was powerful and deliberate. The connection to ancient Egypt not only reflected the Masonic tradition of using ancient symbols and rituals, but also resonated deeply with Black women seeking to reclaim a sense of cultural heritage and strength from African antiquity. Isis symbolized the nurturing role that many of these women played within their communities and families, while also representing the power and leadership they could wield in the fight for justice and equality. As the Daughters of Isis grew, it established itself with a clear structure and set of rituals similar to those of the male Shriners. Local chapters, known as courts, were created across the United States, each functioning autonomously but adhering to the larger organizational principles. These courts became spaces where women could gather for mutual support, social activities, and community service initiatives. Membership in the Daughters of Isis was initially restricted to wives, sisters, mothers, and daughters of Prince Hall Shriners, reflecting the organization's roots as an auxiliary group. Over time, however, the organization became more inclusive, welcoming any woman committed to its principles of service, leadership, and community involvement. The core mission of the Daughters of Isis is to uplift African American women by fostering leadership, promoting education, and engaging in charitable activities that benefit the larger community. The Daughters of Isis has long been involved in charitable work, raising funds for various causes and supporting those in need. Early on, they focused on providing financial assistance to African American families struggling under the weight of segregation and economic inequality. Education has always been a cornerstone of the organization's efforts. From its earliest days, the Daughters of Isis provided scholarships and financial aid to students, particularly young African American women, to attend college and pursue higher education. They have consistently worked to break down barriers to education and empower the next generation of Black women leaders. One of the defining features of the Daughters of Isis is its focus on empowering African American women to take on leadership roles, both within the organization and in their wider communities. The group offers women opportunities to develop skills in governance, public speaking, and civic engagement, helping them become more effective advocates for their communities. The Daughters of Isis has also been deeply involved in health initiatives, addressing disparities in healthcare access for African Americans. They run health awareness campaigns, organize health fairs, and promote access to healthcare resources, particularly for women and children in underserved communities. The Daughters of Isis played a crucial role in the civil rights movement, aligning themselves with the broader struggle for African American equality and justice. During the 1950s and 1960s, the organization was involved in various civil rights campaigns, using its resources and network to support activists and organizations fighting segregation, voter suppression, and racial discrimination. Members of the Daughters of Isis participated in marches, voter registration drives, and other acts of protest, often working alongside male Prince Hall Masons to amplify their impact. The organization's commitment to civil rights extended beyond mere rhetoric. It was an active force for change, helping to mobilize African American communities and provide support for those on the front lines of the struggle. From its inception, the Daughters of Isis has been deeply committed to philanthropy, with a focus on improving the lives of African Americans. Over the years, they have organized fundraising events, provided scholarships, and supported community programs that address poverty, health disparities, and social inequality. One of their most well-known charitable initiatives is the annual scholarship program, which provides financial aid to young African American students pursuing higher education. These scholarships have helped countless students attend college, furthering the organization's mission to empower the next generation through education. The Daughters of Isis have also been involved in healthcare initiatives, particularly in the areas of breast cancer awareness, diabetes prevention, and heart disease, which disproportionately affect African American women. By raising awareness and providing resources, the organization has contributed to closing the gap in healthcare access for African Americans. Today, the Daughters of Isis continues to thrive, with chapters across the United States. While the organization maintains its Masonic roots and traditions, it has also adapted to the changing needs of the communities it serves. The Daughters of Isis remains deeply involved in education, health, and social justice work, and its members continue to play an active role in civic and community life. In a society where African American women are still fighting for recognition and equality, the Daughters of Isis stands as a testament to the enduring power of female leadership and activism. Through their ongoing work, they are ensuring that the legacy of Prince Hall Freemasonry and African American fraternalism continues to uplift and empower new generations. The Daughters of Isis is more than just an auxiliary organization. It is a powerful force for social change, rooted in a rich history of African American fraternalism and activism. Through its commitment to charity, education, women's empowerment, and civil rights, the Daughters of Isis has left an indelible mark on the history of African American women and continues to be a source of strength, leadership, and inspiration for Black communities across the nation.